Welcome, everybody, to Wigspitter MMA DFS podcast. I'm your host, Jeff, aka Wigspitter, aka Wiggy Wiggleson. You can hit me up on Twitter at JEFBO. If you're not already a Wigspitter.com subscriber, head on over to Wigspitter.com. You can pick up an MMA event pass for $4.99. And you can also pick up, or the best bang for the buck, is the all sports inclusive package. It's only $24.99. That'll give you VIP access into the Slack chat where all of our members share all of what they're learning, strategies, tips, stuff that they've came across. It's a great community. Everybody's in there trying to help everybody, trying to win more money. It's just an amazing thing. Like I said, that's only $24.99. That will give you access to the rest of the Major League Baseball season. It'll also give you access to NFL. It'll also give you access to MMA. And it will give you the beginning of the NHL preseason in the beginning of October if you sign up now. So, which is pretty cool. That'll be the biggest bang for the buck. Like I said, it's only $24.99. Let's go over the quick recap of last week's picks. It was Adam Yandiev. That was a big mistake on my part. I gave him a little too much credit. Jordan Johnson is just a monster. In my premium article, I did annotate that Jordan Johnson was going to win. But as a value play last week, you had to have a value play that scored like 30 to 50 points. And that was either Jinsu Sun or Cajun Johnson, I believe, was the other one that was way down there. Those were the two value plays that you had to play last week, and then you could have stacked anybody else that won. That was a favorite that won. And then depending on your roster build, you probably scored anywhere between 500 and 591 or 595, I believe, was the top score. So, with that being said, Adam Yandiev, like I said, was a bad pick on my part. But Jan Blachowicz and Peter Yan both came through with solid performances and both scored really well. 2 out of 3. That was an oversight on my part, like I said, on Yandiev. But let's move on to this week. Let's put it all behind us, and let's give you your first pick. My first pick, to start my roster off, I'm going to actually pick Gillian Robertson. She's going up against Maria Bueno Silva, who is coming off the Dana White Contender Series Brazil, and she has decent striking, decent ground game. Of course, being from Brazil, she probably has a lot of BJJ background. But from what I see, I think Gillian Robertson is going to have the grappling advantage. She's going to have the size advantage. I think she's going to drag her to the floor and possibly get a first or second round submission, giving her the possibility of scoring over 100 points again. I really like it. If Gillian Robertson wins again, that she could be popped up into the top 25 rank in her division. At 8,300, it's a great value. And then the next fighter I'm going to be targeting is Alexi Dos Santos. He's the second highest fighter on the card. For a reason, this is actually this is another new opponent. He was supposed to actually fight. God, who was he supposed to fight? Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad had to pull out due to injury. So Luigi Vendramini stepping in at 9,500. Alexi Dos Santos is just too much of a monster. I think he's just going to overwhelm Vendrami, probably get an early first round stoppage, possibly due to strikes. I like Alexi Dos Santos to win the fight as well as starting your roster off. And then the last one is where'd he go? I just saw his name. Is this guy right here. Augusto Sakai. This guy is coming in. Same thing. I believe he fought in Bellator before. He's going up against Chase Sherman, who has horrible fight IQ. He's definitely gonna have to watch out for Chase Sherman's power, but I think he has a high probability of pulling off a victory, even pulling off an early knockout as well. As value plays, I really like Antonio Ruggiero Nogueira at 7,000. Nogueira, he is coming off of a loss to Ryan Bader. It was a third round knockout where Bader just controlled him and just grappled him and just took advantage of him. And that's one thing that Little Nog doesn't really have is grappling. Sam Alvey isn't a grappler; he's a counterpuncher. So I see this as a boxing match, and basically both these guys are going to bite down on their mouthpieces and just chuck and wing monster power shots at each other. And then the another one that I like is actually Pedroselli going up against Oliveira. I think it's a little bit of a long shot, but those are the two value plays that I like. That's it for the 3-pack, the 3 picks to start your lineup out with. Gillian Roberts, Alexi Dos Santos, and either Nogueira or Pedroselli will be good starts to your lineup. If you guys want to get the full breakdown, full fight-by-fight breakdown, pick up an MMA event pass. They're only $4.99. I do a full fight-to-fight breakdown as well as a content sheet that has win probability, a statistical breakdown of each fighter, and we also do a live stream the day before the event or the day of the event, depending on the lock. So, with that being said, just I appreciate you guys listening to me talk about MMA and DFS. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to us on iTunes or Podbean, make sure you leave us those 5-star reviews. We really appreciate it. And as always, have fun and make that money.
Yes.